Guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Niladri Mukherjee and I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. I practice here in Guelph, Ontario. So what should I do if my study permit application is rejected under section 216? Now 216, what you have to understand is a section of the Immigration Refugee Protection Regulations of Canada that tells you how to satisfy your temporary residence. What you have to understand is that when you're coming here as a student, you are a temporary resident of Canada, which means that at the time you submit your application, you have to prove that you will leave Canada at the end of the stay. And that is where the real problem lies, because then the officer would tell you if you're not able to make submit a perfect application, then the officer is going to cite a standard template based reason saying that I don't believe that you will leave Canada because of your home ties, because of your purpose of visit, because of your course selection, because you are not a bona fide student, because you do not have sufficient proof of fund, and blah 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 blah. The thing is, those reasons that you get in that rejection letter are not really the reasons, the actual reasons of your study permit rejection, right? In order for you to get access to the actual reasons, you have to apply for a GCMS note. Now the GCMS note are really the officer's note that give you what really have got into officer's attention, what really have they thought of, and what kind of notes have they taken while processing your application. So that gives you a way more enough reasons to actually deep dive and to see what really have gone wrong, and hence to figure out what really should be done correctly. But all things apart, one mistake that I commonly see in all these applications, even if you do everything correctly, there is one serious lacking in all these rejected applications, and that is a letter of explanation. Mostly people are sending letter of explanations that are really not the way as to how things are being done in Canada. The letter of explanation is really a forum for you to justify your complete application. It is done extremely differently than what I see in most of these applications. Now I do not have a standard template, I do not have a standard format for all that, because everything is dependent on your case, everything is varies from case to case. For example, the clients that I represent, either a fresh client or a rejection client, my letter of explanation is typically between 6 to 7 pages, and those 6 to 7 pages are not really copy pasted from here and there. I personally write those, citing relevant sections of the law, relevant sections of the regulations. I cite various case laws to prove my point, to prove my home ties, to prove my financial abilities, and to prove everything else. I try to make it a point that the officer should not come back to me asking for questions or to reject an application. I give them as much, I try to be as much proactive as practically possible on behalf of my client. So a letter of explanation, along with doing everything else, you have to make sure that your letter of explanation is really good. And by good, I mean it is done in a manner like the way it is done in Canada. Once the letter of explanation is being done properly and the officer reads the letter of explanation, then he or she will understand that, you know what, this guy is a bona fide student because he has taken that extra step in writing a letter of explanation and has taken that extra, has put in that extra effort in justify everything why he's coming to Canada. A strong letter of explanation is a very strong determinant of either the success or the reject of a study permit application. But obviously it also depends on your case. If you would like me to consult you, if you would like to discuss your own individual case with us, please feel free to book a professional consultation. Shall be very glad to talk to you. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.